Hello and welcome back, everybody, to Let's Play 35 plus years of Advanced Squad Leader. I am your host. I rarely do this, but I am now part robot. It is a Saturday. Hello, Rudin. How's it going?
I am alive. How's it? How are you?
So I have been, unfortunately, the streams have been a few and far between lately because I shattered my clavicle into four pieces. I'm glad I can laugh about it now. Uh, be careful when you're playing sports, friends, because damn, I fucked myself up. But in a socialized healthcare society, my taxes went to good effect, and I am uh, with an arm slung that I'm going to try and play some ASL. But I'm healing. I'm healing. I had a good doctor, great surgery. I got barely any pain in the arm at all. So, yeah, I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right. And for all the kids at home, I just want to let you know that sports thing, it's a lie. He actually had a freak masturbation accident.
I knew you were gonna do
Instead
some.
of busting a nut, he busted his shoulder.
Yeah, that's. I came so hard, I shattered my clavicle.
That's how good it was.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
god,
pay
that's
pay
funny.
attention in school. Drink your milk. Eat your
And this is
vegetables.
what happens when you participate in No Nut November.
That's right. In May.
Yeah, no masturbation May really got him.
Your body's not ready for it at the wrong time of the year.
Yeah, no masturbation May, no jerk off June or July.
Sure.
Uh,
Look, as long as you have a partner to help you out, that's all that matters. Yes.
I'm making nice right now. He doesn't know what I'm.
So anyways, that has been my past week and a half essentially. And yeah, no. Hopefully, this is I guess I go into the scenario here. So this scenario is FE-36. This is Wings of War. I forget which Fnatic Enterprise pack this is from. Might be the third one, maybe fourth. I forget if they have like weird numbered um packs where it's 8 instead of 12 or 10 instead of 12. Anyways, point is that this is from Fnatic Enterprise. This is a hopefully low intensity scenario for me. I shattered my clavicle on my dominant hand. um Rutan would probably say my jerk off hand, but
Either both your right hand,
I,
isn't it?
I will never reveal which one it is. I don't want that leverage against me. But on a serious note, this is just so that I have a little bit less work to do. So, as always, thank you, Rutan, for accommodating this. I am looking at some of the setup, and I am a little concerned with at least one glider being placed in a woods hex, which I don't think is a great idea. But um, that is
I'll be honest. Like I thought like what's gonna happen here today, and I'm like you know Jobo's busted his masturbating hand, and he's probably not gonna want to be here long. I don't know. I'm not really.
let's get
I don't
crazy.
know. I'm not really well versed in the glider rules, but it's 1940. The Germans are feeling bold, so I'm like, I want to be bold too. I am
Fair.
fully intent. I fully like expect to lose this game, but I'm like, hey, you can't you can't make a Grossdeutschland without breaking a few eggs.
That's fair. That's fair. As I mentioned, this is Wings of War FE-36. This involves the Germans against the Dutch. So the Germans are coming in all on gliders. They have no other resource in terms of entering the battlefield. Um, they all there's 11 gliders, so 11 gliders, 11 squads, and a bunch of other support stuff that goes with. Um, you can use a cloaking board or whatever. I think I've shown it a couple times, just by virtue of Vassal and how it works. But in the event that you don't or you don't have the extension or whatever, it's always kind of better to just hip them. You get the same effect, and if you need a cloaking counter, just use a cloaking counter on top of them. But I find it's always better to hip them. And you really have to be worried about, or cognizant, I should say, about the PP limitations. So, what do I mean by that? A glider is 14 PP, at least the German ones. Squad is worth 10 PP. And then the individual leaders and HMGs and LMGs and such are worth individual as well. So I believe leaders are 1 PP each. I might be wrong on that one because leaders are always weird in that sense. But even if they're not, there's the HMG, the LMG, DCs, and that. So something to think about. The Dutch setup on this one is very permitting. I'm actually very surprised by this. So the Dutch get to set up anywhere on board. So, and they get 6 roadblocks. I don't understand the roadblocks in this one. I kind of put them willy nilly. They're roadblocks, so they're limited to the road, which I think is fairly, self-explanatory for people. So we'll just have to see if those will ever matter. Because I could see you cutting line of sight against the Germans, but doesn't really make much sense. But anyways, there's a couple SSRs in this scenario. So EC is moderate, mild breeze from the north. I believe the gliders always come against the wind, so technically they should be facing the other way, like 180
So
degrees.
I thought it says you have to be facing the direction of the wind. Wait, where is it?
Yeah, and the breeze is
Uh,
coming from the north,
no,
right? So from means it's going south.
no, it says all gliders must land facing the current wind direction. So if it's coming from the north, I must look south then.
No, you have to face north because it's coming
No,
from the north.
it says all gliders must land. Oh, facing the current wind
Yeah, yeah,
direction.
yeah.
Okay,
Like for this, it
okay.
doesn't really matter. It's just they get flipped 180 degrees. I guess technically, it is going to affect the potential level changes, level differences. Um, but honestly, outside of the glider and L6, P4 actually is better now in that sense, but all the
Yeah.
others I don't think are really affected. D5 is affected. So if you want to move D5 and L6, maybe M7,
Wait, so
those
what
are
would I
the
move
only.
an up one?
So
Or
so the idea is because you're counting back 4 or 5 hexes. We'd have to we'll have to pull it up. But essentially, if there's a first level obstacle, you count back to the last one, and then affects the plus minuses that you get. So essentially, you want to try and make sure you have as much clear space as possible. Obviously, that always contends with the objectives you're trying to get and all that stuff. But if you had a glider in D6, and you're going north, you'd have no hexes, no empty hexes before that level 1 obstacle. So your chances of landing are drastic go down, as Scott Steiner would say. And it just makes it much worse to try and survive that landing. Essentially, it's not the end of the world. If you roll well, it never matters. But it is something to be at least cognizant about. Um, Another thing to point out for this scenario in the special rules, there's 2 woods overlays. So P7Q7 has a woods in it. R2 S2. They're visible. The colors are completely different from everywhere else, so it should be pretty obvious. R2 S2 is really weird. I don't get that one because it cuts the road, so I don't know if there should be a path in R2 that connects Q2 to S3. I'm gonna presume no. So it just makes that weird, especially with the roadblock stuff. And lastly, no more than 1 initial landing hex may be in any single hex row. So you can't double up, like you can't have a glider in L3, L4, L5, L6. They have to all be, one is an L, one's an M, etc., etc. So that's why the Germans are so spread out in the way that they are right now. Um, Lastly, before we get to some actual dice rolling and stuff, victory conditions. So the German player wins if he controls 12 or more LVP. The LVP are awarded, I mean, technically it should just be called VP, whatever, at game end. They get 1 for each building they control and 3 for each bridge hex they control. So there's 2 bridge hexes for 6 points, and then there are something like 10 buildings or something. It's 10. It's not building hex. It's building controlled too. So in terms of, there's 2, maybe 3 buildings that are multi hex. I think it's just 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there are 12 buildings. Yeah. 12 buildings, 2 bridges. So 6 buildings needed if you capture both bridge hexes or whatever variety of slice of life that we got. So without further ado, you want to go through all the glider stuff?
Sure.
We can have our headache early. Get that out of the way. I gotta try and stretch my arm here and search through the rule book.
So I'm going to just, yeah, it's going to move place. New term which the land, place on the board. Oh, I was supposed to do that in my movement phase. I failed.
That doesn't, honestly, that doesn't matter because I don't have any way of affecting it anyways. The only thing that matters really at this point is weather, in case there's like gusts. But I would hope that that doesn't happen.
Oh,
Yeah,
there we
you
go.
go. Oh, man, I remember I had a cheat sheet, and I gotta try and remember where the cheat sheet was. Shoot, you know what?
So to land in its final landing hex, each glider must make a landing dice roll, and the roll has to be 1 on the final color die roll. If it fails to land in its initial, it will overshoot. If the white die roll is 4 or more, and fall short if it's 3 or less. Okay.
Yeah. So avenue of approach, you choose your initial landing hex. You do that for all gliders simultaneously, so it's not like you can't just kind of bait out defensive fire shots. Once all the gliders are placed, I get to shoot. I don't have any light AA that I care to use, so we're not gonna bother with any defensive first fire. If there was some, you would have evasive actions, potentially damage gliders, etc. But again, we're not gonna worry about it. So yeah, landing. There is it you roll essentially once, and you add modifiers to each of your gliders. So you choose which one it is, obviously, to roll, and then we'll just go based on each roll and figure it out there. By like the 3rd or 4th time, we'll have it down. It shouldn't be an issue.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and start with this one.
Okay, so D3, there are 3 consecutive hexes that are clear. They have no obstacle in it. And then on the 4th one, you hit the orchards. So you have a -3 to that roll, and then you'll have a +1 because there is a full level above the base level of the initial landing hex. So overall, it's a -2 on a 2 die roll, or initially no modifier, but it'll get a -2.
Oh, okay, on the colored day. Okay.
Yeah. So you do you roll 2 dice, and you're modifying individual dice. So you have a -2, which is fine. You rolled essentially you roll a 3. It's not a 6 or whatever.
I fell short by 2 hexes.
Sorry. So essentially, what you do is you have a 3 on the color die, and then you use the white die.
And so since
to determine that
white die roll is less than 3, I fall short, and I miss 1 hex for every number above 1. So I fall short by 2.
That sounds right. Yeah. So you fall short, and then every of the final color die roll above 1. So you rolled a 3 essentially after modification. So yeah, 2 short. And then if you want, you can flip it just so that it's green, so that we're not worried about like double counting a glider or whatever.
No, don't want to say damage.
I believe when you right click it, it should be AGW, the control T.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we worry about crashing and all that afterwards, because you want to do all the landings, and then after all the landings are done, you do the crashes.
Yep. All right. So second one. that
So
will land her right where it is.
yeah, because E6 has no obstacles in the prior 5 or 4, so it just lands. F6 will have a -1 modifier, -2 for clear, and then minus and +1 for the obstacle. So -1, you're on you fall short 1, right? Yes, you fall short 1.
That's fine with me. Next one.
G6. Oh yeah, you're
I
fine
make
on
it.
that one.
I am totally fine.
No need to roll that one because it's a 3 plus -3 +1, so that's fine.
Yeah.
K5. Now K5, um, it's along the avenue of approach. So my understanding is that you're clear because it's not hedges aren't full level.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll have a -5. So anything you roll will be fine. Um, Yeah, anything you roll should be fine. So there shouldn't be any even need to roll. I don't believe there's like a nothing can happen on a 12. Snipers don't activate or shouldn't be on board until your guys are placed anyways. Same thing for L4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll have a -3 on that one. So that one you have to roll. Yeah, you're good. M4, don't have to roll because there are 5 hexes prior that are all. Pretty sure it's up to 5, right? I'm not doing that wrong. Avenue of approach. Yeah, 5 hexes. Yeah, so you're good. P3 is technically fine because P7 is not a level above your initial landing hex, so you shouldn't have to roll for that one. S5 is strange in the sense that I don't know how gullies are like. I don't know how T4 is going to get calculated, but S5 should be fine because there are no obstacles. Um, T4, we'll get back to that one just in case. U7, you're fine. So you do a count back, is how Dan explained it to, or sorry, Rob. I don't know why I said Dan. So essentially, on if you run out of hexes, you then start mirroring back up. So how it works for U7 is you count U8, U9, U10, then you count U9 and then U8. You don't count U10 twice. It's very strange to when you think about it, because you would think mirroring you would count U10 twice, but you don't. For whatever reason, you just don't. So that one is super clear, should be fine. Now, T4 is very interesting. Um, I would have to say that you're landing in the gully. So the if you take the gully's level, because it should that's the
Mm-hmm.
main feature. So the bridge will be the obstacle is what I would imagine. T8 is a higher level anyways, that sort of thing. So there's a
I
-2 +1, so it's a 5. So you undershoot
call it by 5.
by 4 because it's a 4 above 1.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh yeah, yeah, you're fine, perfect. You got
Yeah,
yourself.
I was like, yeah, I was like, if I crash, I should be fine. The only thing I was worried about was crashing into the bridge.
I don't. Yeah, that it's all that stuff is honestly kind of wild because I never really think about um we have not done landing like glider landings to the point where I've had to or have by accident had those issues. Like for example, if you were to play this map, the reason why like you don't put your gliders down first is because if you get a wind change, so now it's like it's not north south. You might be coming from J5 is now K6 L6 etc. Right, so it can depending on the map it can really mess with how you have to set everything up. But in this case, we're mostly fine. So,
All right.
so when now that we've done all the landings that we have to worry about, crash dice roll. So upon landing, each glider is flipped to its landed side and must immediately make a final DR single die, 6 or less to avoid a crash. All modifiers are cumulative. You just don't count for vehicles, wrecks, and previously landed gliders They can never exceed +1. So again, we'll see what needs to be rolled here. So you need to roll above a 6. So essentially, as long as you don't have a plus modifier, you're not worried about it. So, for example, D5 did have to shorten. It was short by 1. So you get a +1 for not landing in the initial hex.
Mhm.
Um, and then you're in open ground, so you're not having to worry about anything else. So you roll 1 die, add a +1, and if it's above 6, then the glider is damaged.
I rolled a 4.
Cool. So that one's fine. We'll just mark these. I think
So
F7 I think was short. So that one, same idea. You add a +1 because you did not land in the original hex. You're good. Um, G6, I'm pretty sure was fine.
yeah, that was the one I rolled like a 3.
Yeah. L4, M4 are fine. We'll do P3 as well. K5. Now, K5 is landing in a woods hex, so that is an auto +3, but it did land in its original hex. So as long as you roll a 3 or less, there won't be any issues with K5 specifically. All
Okay.
right, so that one gets damaged. Um, yeah, it gets damaged. The important part about a damaged one is that you'll have random casualty reduction,
Mm-hmm.
and the if there are any support weapons or anything inside of it, they'll become DM or not DM, malfunction. Um, Before we fuck around with that, I'll have to double check it just to make sure if it's random selection or not, because I forget if all support weapons have to get bopped or anything. S5 did not have to do anything. Same thing with U7. So we really just have T8, where yeah, +1 because you're not in the initial hex. You're good. So we only have one potential casualty here. Yeah, cool. So once we're done with that, Hexside terrain. Ooh, that's interesting. Shell
So
holes.
what if my support weapons can't be malfunctioned?
Um, Not 100% sure. Apparently, you have to count hedges. I don't remember us counting hedges or not. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else that applies here. K5 is damaged, so that doesn't matter. That's like the only one that actually has a hedge, anyways. So, is there anything
Um,
else? No, everything else is fine. Cool. Because it just says Hexside DRM underneath the big table. And it just says for, oh, okay, so roadblocks would count, but man, that's so like, why would you just avoid the roads and you're good. Cool. Um, so that's the movement phase. Let's just check the damage stuff here. So damage, oh, an already damaged glider. This damage is eliminated. We don't have to worry about that. All support weapons and guns in a damaged glider are considered to have malfunction and are subject to normal repair, or eliminated if incapable of repair. So presumably that's for DCs, I would imagine.
yeah.
Which is a bummer. Any vehicle in a damaged glider is bogged. We don't have to worry about that. A damaged glider suffers casualty reduction to one or more of its passengers. So it's random selection die roll. And then everybody else, presumably everybody else, so the person who takes a casualty reduction does not then take a normal morale check. And because they're not on board, you use the 7 morale of a cloaking or concealment counter.
So I just have to take a normal morale check right now.
Yeah, so one guy gets casualty reduction. If there are more than, you do random selection if there's more than one person. If there are not more than one unit in that glider, then nothing takes a normal morale check because they've already taken the casualty reduction.
Okay.
Because specifically it just says with all other passengers after
Yeah.
it states who gets the casualty reduction.
Okay.
And then we go to essentially the defensive fire stuff. So during his defensive fire, the defender may fire any of his units that have LOS to the landing glider and are capable of final fire versus it using the star vehicle line as if it were a stopped truck, with 0 target size and a crew survival of 7. There's nothing but case J that apparently applies. Gliders don't have any TEM. They just constitute a LOS hindrance if damaged, and if they're eliminated, they get replaced with technically just an unarmed truck counter. But we're not going to worry about that. So, big question is, who do I shoot at what, and can I get anything out of it? So I think I have 2 candidates really, and kind of only 2 candidates. So I'm gonna do the. Your sniper's already on board, or is that mine? This guy I think is mine, right?
No, it's mine.
Okay. So I don't know if mine is on board. I'm just gonna put it right in the middle of the board because it doesn't really. I don't think it'll really affect much. My sniper is a 2 or something. Is it 2? 3. Whoa. But my ELR is 2. All right, that's good to know. Okay, so I have one guy that's going to reveal N5. I'm going to shoot at the glider in the middle, L4, because it's just straight shot. It is a 6 firepower, no modifier. I'm going to double check case J. I think that's for guns and stuff. Yeah. That'd be for... I believe that'd be for guns. So 6, I need a 6 or less. For the vehicle line, I don't get it. So that guy is just considered shot. Nothing happens. I am then going to reveal N4. N4 will shoot at the glider that's adjacent, because honestly, I'd be kind of a fool not to do that. Let's see what I get. 7 on 16. Yeah, that'll be a thing. Let's check. I don't believe that's an elimination, but I could be wrong. Defense. Right, gotta treat it as a vehicle. A7308. A7308. All ordnance are resolved on the star vehicle line. Using defense first fire, all occupants, blah, 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 targeted by the same attack. If the final die roll is less than the kill number, the vehicle is eliminated. Oh, so it's just a straight kill. Because I did not equal, so it's not a casualty reduction or anything. So that glider essentially goes away, as well as any contents in it. We can put a is there a sorry, I'm just gonna clone this. Is there a wreck? Cool. So we'll put a wreck because it does count as a as hindrance and TEM. So that is actually going to be important there, depending on where your guys move. Now that we're done with that, I kind of wish I could go back with this. So in the advanced fire phase, I believe that's where all your guys now exist on board. I gotta double check that though, because I remember it. I just forget exactly when it happens. Because I'm pretty sure you get out of the gliders and then you get to shoot at the same time. So gliders, advanced fire phase, CC phase. So during the attacker's advanced fire phase, which is where we are at right now, the contents of a glider are placed on board in the glider's hex for the first time after resolving the consequences of all damage results, which presumably you've done. So prior to this, you were considered broken for quote-unquote LOS purposes. So you couldn't like reveal units or whatever. At this point, the passengers assume their correct morale, firepower, and leadership characteristics for the first time. You're no longer subject to losses caused by damage or elimination of a glider, so it doesn't matter. I don't need to shoot the gliders anymore. And you can possibly advance out of the hex in the advanced phase. All your units can use advanced fire phase or advanced. Yeah, it says can fire in the advanced fire phase. You just don't get opportunity fire, which makes sense. You're not opportunity marked. yeah, so you get to shoot with whoever if you so choose.
Okay.
And I forget if you retain concealment or not, but we'll say you do. I don't really care enough to bother to look at more charts and stuff. So yeah, if
All right.
anybody wants to shoot, you're more than welcome to.
All right. Well, these guys are gonna reveal, and they're
Oof.
gonna shoot at you.
Dude, damn, I'm sad I didn't blow that guy up.
So
So
I'm
it's a
still at half fire.
yeah. So it's two flat.
Too flat.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
Um. That's all my advancing fire.
Okay. So routes none. Advances. So all your guys get to freely move. There's no limit essentially unless you were pinned or whatever for whatever reason. But I don't. Yeah. Shan't be possible. Now, oh, I guess that does count as concealment terrain. Is grain in season in May?
Yes.
Okay, because I was gonna say for K6 you might lose concealment.
And I think it starts in May.
It sounds right. I forget, and it's not the end of the world, anyways.
All right.
Oh, also, sorry. Before you move anybody else, I do have to do this. Presumably, actually, yeah, because it just matters if you have LOS on the hex. Can you see anything else? No, I think that's all that you can see for now in terms of roadblocks.
Okay. So he moves there. He moves there. You.
Do Oh yeah, It's gonna feel good putting the sling back on. I tell you that much. Yeah. So if Rob's out there, please accept my heartfelt apologies for not being able to game tomorrow, or not tomorrow, 2 days from now and last Monday. Yeah, breaking your clavicle does things to a man.
And none of them kinky.
It's one way to put it.
Hamana, hamana.
Just to let you know, N2, there's a roadblock there that got revealed.
Okay. That's fine. Go into the gully here. You guys are gonna go. Hmm. Alrighty. I think I'm gonna get one. Yep. Alright.
All good? Sounds good. Let me get a turn counter here. Oops. Always do it. Pretend that's Dutch, not Danish. There we go. Cool. My turn one. Put this there. Weather, no change. I gotta try and make these turns fast here. So, rally phase, I got no rally phase actions. I don't believe you have any either. We'll go to prep fire phase. In the prep fire, I am going to have... I'm going to reveal these bonums. So, J7 is going to take a shot at G7. It's just a 2 flat. 7 on 2, it's a miss. Do I have anybody else? That's a... Nope. LMG squad will shoot 6 up 1 against the 9-2 in squad. 6 on 6 is a 1 morale check. Oh, I got rate of fire and an LMG. Oh.
8. Oh, Jesus. And pin.
So break pin. I will take the 2 up 1. No. Well, now that that's broken, I'm gonna take the chance. So 8 firepower against K5. Gliders sadly I think are just same level hindrance and stuff. If anybody knows differently, please let me know. But I'm pretty sure they just affect same level. So 8 up 1. Oh my god.
Okay. How's it
4
not 8 up 2?
8 up 2 from why would it be up 2?
Is it not going through L4? Oh, you're on the same level.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
on
you're
I'm on an upper level.
oh, you're on a level up.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Sorry.
Okay. How much? What
So
is that?
2 morale check.
All right, 7. He's fine. He is broken.
He'll break. All right. I do have rate of fire on the machine gun. I'm going to take the opportunity to try a 2 flat. No, 2 up 1. Sorry for a hedge. No. And that'll be it. I don't believe I have any other shots I wish to do. I feel like I'm covering a lot of my options here. Oh, I could do that. Okay, just because you're not threatening them at all. Greens, J2, so 4 up 1. Didn't matter. Cool. That's it. Movement phase, don't want to do anything, so defensive. Yeah.
Was this guy supposed to get revealed? I don't know if you see him or not.
Um, I am going to rule that the... Ooh, would the roadblock block it? We gotta draw. I'm willing to say that it would block it, but... Oops, I gotta... Yeah, he would get revealed. Because I don't think it would extend that much from that that area. But, yeah.
Uh, he will fire into you
Sure.
for
7 up 2, I think. Oof.
6 on...
6 on 7 is a 1 check, I
7.
believe. Leader's fine. Squad breaks. Oh, so 1 check you said? Or I said?
Yeah.
Damn it. That is a... Oops. Green guy now. And he's broken.
That's fine. Well, we're getting him out of the way early, I guess.
No.
He will reveal and fire at you for 4 up 2.
Sounds good.
Cowers. 6 on the 2 is still a pin task.
Yeah. So just the leader. He's fine. I'm starting to sweat bullets here. Fours consistently is bad place.
Going to... Did I do this right? Yeah, he is going to do this. That will get him revealed.
Oh, HMG, damn.
He can't see anybody. I'll fire 7 up 2 into here.
Oh, from the LMG guy camp.
Yep. 6,
8 on
8
7?
on 7 is a PT's pin test check.
Pin test check. 2 pin test checks coming up. He's fine. He is pinned.
Okay.
Excuse me.
So if I'm going by the logic, if I shoot him with this guy, he'll be encircled.
You would need to have somebody in like K3. It's if
Well,
you're not.
if I shoot him with this guy and then this guy, would that be encircled?
Yes, I believe so. Because so the idea is if you're not directly behind, you have to have like 2 angles, and I would believe O3 and the shot from R4 would count towards fully encircling. They just have to. Those have to be your next 2 shots, though. That's the only.
Yeah, yeah.
Only thing.
So he'll start by shooting 2 up 2. Cowers. He'll reveal 7 up 3.
7 up 3.
Jeez.
All right. So they are encircled, which is bad. But I will be able to go up a higher level. Where is my encircled unit?
Okay.
Infantry. Oh, sweet. Thanks.
Um, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, I guess I should probably, I don't know if I mentioned it to the stream, but for anybody who's coming in late, so I had surgery on my clavicle because I exploded it into 4 pieces, and I now have 26 shiny staples in my right shoulder.
Do I wanna? Can I
It's not a
make
fun time.
my name list? My name is not going to do that. Yeah, we're fine. Um, all right. That's my defensive fire.
Okay. Advance, none that I really want to do. I also realize I said encircle, I'll be able to go upstairs. I can't right now because that guy's pinned. I don't want to route out my guy in the building in J7 because I'll just get interdicted. Uh, that's not technically true. I could route them to N9. Is it worth keeping them? Probably. So how would this work? I would have to...
Is it lowered for any reason for him being green or
Is what lowered?
his route movement?
No, all broken units have 6.
Okay.
The only... I think the only exception is a wounded leader has to respect the 3 movement rule. I'm just trying to think here. If those guys route, I don't think that they can see him in K8 without... Actually, I don't think anybody can see him in K8 without some modifiers. L7, I'd be fine. M8, I don't know. M8, probably not. No, I'm gonna stay there because I'm not sure about the route path. So we'll go to advances. Do I have any advances to do? Um. I'm gonna send my. Oh, actually, that's true. How do I get around that? Because he would be at a higher level, so I can't get him oot and a boot for free. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna have the units in ground floor N5 will go to upper floor, and the leader is gonna join them there. So there's gonna be the encircled pinned MMG guy, and then I don't really need to move anybody else, so I won't. And we'll go to CC. There's nobody. We go to German turn 2.
All right. Weather.
And then I can stop doing stuff with my arm for a little bit.
I'll try to rally the leader. Nope, doesn't get it.
I have.
Can I still do the self rally on the squad or no?
Yeah. Like technically, I think. Yeah. I don't really care. You could do it. I think in a tournament thing, if someone was like really being nitpicky, they'd be like, self rally has to be first. So you'd have to self rally the 8 morale squad, and then if that doesn't work, then you'd rally the leader. But like I said, I don't care. You can roll for him. You still have the +4, down 1, so off by
Yes.
1.
Yeah, could not
So
do it.
I will take it. I have 1 rally to attempt. Wow, that's bullshit. I will get my guy back. My green guy now back. And that's it for my rallies. I forgot to take my pin off. So yeah, you're good to go.
Well, Shiza. So for prep fire,
Okay,
this guy is going to shoot at the MG.
sounds good.
7 up 2. 9 on the 7 is.
Might be a pin test check.
Pin test check, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Pin test check, he's fine. I do actually have to check that. I always forget. Does it say on the back? Hold on, I'm gonna copy this and double check here. If it's not on the back, I'm gonna be so mad. Yeah, okay. The morale is down by 1, so they do have 6, so they're still fine because it wasn't a morale check, but it was equal. So
Yep, yep, yep.
gotta remember that.
I'll shoot into here for 7 up 2.
Sure.
Okay.
Is there a +1 for
This
encircle?
is not how I wanted it to go. Okay. Well,
Encirclement. Oh, that's interesting. I don't remember what the value would have been, but I don't. It's fine. Okay, I do have a +1 on the IFT. I gotta remember that.
alright. So, I'm just gonna go to movement. But
Okay.
these guys are gonna go 1.
Mm-hmm. They'll lose concealment to J2,
Yep.
but
Yep.
yeah, you're good.
2,
Sure,
3, 4.
you're there.
Um,
Oh
5
right,
and a
I gotta
half.
shoot. I'll shoot a 2 down 1. 5 on 2 normal.
He's fine. He's fine.
Okay. Presumably you're not gonna run through there with any other guys, so I'm not gonna put residual.
HMG guys are gonna go in here for 2.
Sounds good.
I'll be in here for 3. So I have those.
God, I keep
This
forgetting.
half squad
Shit.
is going to assault move to here.
Okay.
Any shots?
No. You got a DC guy. I wanna shoot the DC guy. The juicy juices, juicy ooze.
This guy is gonna CX, and he's just gonna get up top.
So 4, okay. Does anybody see him? Guy in V3 sees him.
Can you prove it?
Yes, because I don't have any fakes. What is he? 468, sure.
And then I'll move here for 6.
Ooh. I will take that shot from N5. So 6 flat. Didn't matter. You're good.
Does encirclement give you any other like penalties or?
So there's a +1 to IFT. Morale is down by 1. Route phase, I believe, I know it's shortened, but I'm pretty sure that's only if you're broken, you surrender. Because I can't imagine encircled you would auto surrender if you're in good order.
So this guy will go here for 1.
You are there for 1. You will lose concealment. Cool.
I'll go here for 2.
Okay.
3.
Sure.
I'll bypass here for 4.
Okay.
5, 6.
As you get there, I'll take the shot with 09. So it's a 4 flat. Didn't matter. You're good.
Alright. I'm
Oh, right.
gonna keep him here for this season. He's gonna go down for 1.
You were down for one?
2.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, I'll be here for 3.
You're there for 3.
Alright. Oh, boy. Alright. So, I'm going to CX these guys.
You're CX, okay?
I'm gonna go here for 1.
Okay.
Here for 2. Jesus Christ.
Sure.
Here for 3.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Alright, give me a moment.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We've all been there.
And there for 4-5.
You're there for 4-5.
Okay. So. I got me some positions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. On to your defensive.
Oops. Defensive. Oh, my bad. I am going to... I really want to take a shot at those guys in R4, but I think encircled guys will shoot at K5. It is an 8-up-2 shot for being encircled. 1 morale check. 7 on 8.
8. Damn it. Sec. Wounded.
Please be... Damn it. This always happens.
Which kind of morale check you said?
It's 1 morale check. 7 on 8 should be 1 morale.
And
yeah.
Of course. Cool.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So he was already broken? Yeah, so just double.
Oh yeah, he's just dead.
Yeah. I do have rate of fire, but I'll take the shot against the guy in J6. So it's a 4 flat, I believe. No, sorry, 4 up 1 because of encircled. 5 on 4, 1 check. Pins. Okay. I don't have rate. I'll take a J7 to them. 8 flat. Okay. 2 KIA.
Yep.
God.
No sniper. Cool.
That's it. Advanced fireface. I think that was enough.
2 up.
1,
2
I think.
in there.
Oh, it's a stone building. Okay. 2 of 2.
2. Doesn't matter. Cool. I'll just shoot here and here. Doesn't matter. I'll shoot here and here. That.
Ooh.
2. 5 on a 2. That might be a
5 on
That's
2.
normal.
No, it's a 6 on 2. Because it's a wood building.
Oh.
Yeah. Pin test check?
Cool. Does so
Right?
nothing. Yeah.
Well, I mean, could be sniper. All right. I tried.
Oh, that's all I got.
Okay. I'm gonna be a dork and say sorry, but K5 is DM, so I you can. Oh shoot, you can't. Yeah. All right. Well.
Just stuck where I am.
Yeah. No routes, so advances.
Yep.
Oh, also. I always do that. So let me get this straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay.
Okie dokie. That's my advances.
Okay. No CC. Turn to Dutch. Weather, no change. Rally, nothing for me.
Nope.
Alright. Prep fire phase. I'm going to try a 4-up-1 against the stack with the leader. Nope. I'm pretty sure 8 does not do anything. That's a 6. Stack an N5 will do a 6-up-1 against Q5. And okay, well, today is a good day for that. 5 on 6, 1 project. Pinned. Alright, I'll take it. Encircled guy. Okay, 437 J2 will shoot G3. That should just be a clear shot. Yeah. 6 on 4? Really? Normal. Oh my god. Okay. Do I have anything
I don't
else?
need leaders anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I've had that happen to me frequently, so I can only, I can commiserate. I understand the pain. Um, you know what? 8-up-2 didn't matter. Coward. So they are prepped. Nothing else to shoot with. I'm gonna take a chance here. Way over on the left, I'm gonna declare CX. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think you can see them, but I'll do it quickly enough. So 1, 3, 4, bypass 5, and then 6 into Z6. That will be it for movement. Defensive.
All right. 4-up-3. Nothing. Cool. 7-up-2. Nothing. Cool. This into here. 7. Jesus.
With the squad, it would be it's 11, no?
Yeah. 11. So.
I think it's just a
9 on,
+2. I don't think I saw the
yeah.
glider get pinged. So
9 on 11 is normal.
normal. 8, he's fine. Greens or break.
I have rate, so I'll shoot at him again.
No.
Or if I have rate, no, I could probably peg the guy that's in the first level.
You could try.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot at the leader in the LMG right here.
Okay. So up 2.
So 7-up-2. 8 on 7.
Pin test check, I think we said.
Pin, yeah.
Leaders pinned. Squad also pinned.
I made rate. I'll fire again. No.
Phew. Oh, I can't. Oh, man. Damn it.
This guy will fire in here. I think I already did that one, didn't I?
Yes. Yeah.
This guy will fire in here for 4-up-1.
Sure.
No. Yeah. 4-up-3. No. I'm gonna try to take a shot there.
Sure. We should be fine. I don't know if the glider affects it, so we'll say no. Or at least I'll say no.
Yeah. Say no as in no shot.
No. You'd have a shot no matter what. But I'm not sure if you would get a +1 hindrance.
I think eclipse the hill.
Wait, eclipse the hill?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. It might block LOS then, because I don't think there's enough distance to be able to see over it.
It does not matter. That will be my yep, it was be my defensive fire.
Okay. I have no advancing fire I want to do. Go to routes. Who do I want to route with? I guess technically I have nowhere I can route with for the J7 guys, so I'm not going to bother. I should take off my prep fires, so I'm not acting like a dork. I don't think I have anything else. Advance. In the advance phase, I am going to send the encircled guy upstairs, just so he's no longer encircled. I believe that should just cost 2, so it doesn't put him CX. Is there anything else? Oh, my CX guy over on the right in Z6 will assault move to Y7. That's it. I don't think I got anything else. So no CC. German turn 3.
Okay.
Pin come off.
So. Oh, my leader was supposed to route
Oh, sure, yeah.
back to the building with you.
That's just me being premature. Don't worry about it.
So, this guy, he's up.
Yeah, 8-1. Still dangerous.
Okay. Rallies for you.
I have 1. I will not get this miracle die. You gotta be kidding me. All right, and you know, Rutan, I was gonna say this later, because the dice have been very favorable to me today. I think we can both agree on that.
Yep.
You wanna be in on a little secret I have with DiceBot?
Oh yeah.
So 1, it's because of the metal plate in my shoulder now, so I am part DiceBot.
Oh, okay.
But 2, and an even better reason for why DiceBot is favoring me today. My birthday.
Oh,
so thank you for being here on my birthday, buddy. Thanks for
son of a bitch.
I know the dice rolls haven't been going well, but
you son of a bitch. No, it's even worse because it's like, hey, when's your birthday? I want to know your birthday. I want to get you something. You're like, I'm never to tell you.
You gotta keep these things secret. if you had watched last year when I did the stream.
If I would have paid attention a year ago.
I actually don't remember if it was a year ago. It might have been 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, then I'm definitely not going.
Yeah. There was a time I definitely streamed on my birthday last year, a couple years ago, wherever it was. So thank you for being here, man. Yeah, I appreciate it. I don't get to say this enough, how much I appreciate the amount of time that you also put into this whole bullshit. And even through all the ups and downs, you're always there for me, buddy. So thank you.
Yeah, it's what I do.
He said morosely.
Let me think here.
Do I need the win that bad?
No, I'm like trying to see. 1, 2, 3. Right now, I have 6.
Wow, Discord even picks up the name that I put for the stream. That's kind of crazy.
It's theoretically still possible, but I'm not going to be able to do it. But this would. Only 5 turns.
It's when glider snares. I've said it before. I'm pretty sure with Rob, but glider snares are they're bastards. They really make you feel the pressure constantly. And if the defenders don't have even if it's a small string of bad luck, you feel it as the attacker.
Well, prep fire.
Yep.
11 up 2.
Sounds good. Damn. Coward to oh shit, that's the worst kind of coward's to 6. 6 on 6, 1 check. Leader breaks, Greens will be pinned, and the leader ELRs.
Not what I really needed for that. For like 3 in a year.
Okay.
Nope. Yep, that's looking one. Favorable. 7 up 2.
Ooh,
7 on 7.
should be a normal.
Normal.
Broke. Dang.
So that did it. Then 4 up 1 into here.
Mm-hmm.
No. This is not looking good. Basically, I have to do this, otherwise I lose, and it's not fun. Okay, I mean, this is like, this
Yeah.
is not going to be a fun movement phase for me.
Yeah. Yeah. I know where you're coming from.
All right. Well, might as well bite the bullet and get it over with. This guy is going to assault move into here.
8 down 1, 5 on 8, 2 check.
He's
fine?
fine, miraculously.
I'm not
The
gonna put
CX
residual. There's no point.
The CX comes off.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to go 1, 2,
You're there for 2.
3.
I will take the shot. Huzzah! 4 down 2. 3 on 4. 2 morale check.
Yep, that's what I figured. This guy goes, hops the fence for 1, 2,
Okay.
3, 4.
I will take the subsequent because I need to. It's not final. It is -2. 6 on 4 normal. Wait, hold on.
No,
I'm doing that wrong. It's a 2.
it's like you're
Yeah,
pinned and you're subsequent.
Yeah. Pin test. Because it's down 2. Oh, no, wait. Fuck, because I'm also cowering.
Yeah, I was
Never
like,
mind. I'm double cowered too because I'm green. I'm fucking nowhere with that guy. You're good.
alright, so far, so okay. This part. Do I have to go back, or do I just... Because, where am I now? One.
Sorry, folks, for some of the erratic movements of the camera here. I have a broken freaking clavicle. Can you please permit me some camera issues?
Okay, I'm gonna have to go with the... Oh, that's gonna be so stupid. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Um. Yeah, I have to CX these guys.
Okay.
And you're gonna go 1,
Mm-hmm.
2,
You're there.
3, 4,
Okay.
5.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything I can do against them.
All right. Your
Defensive.
defensive.
In the defensive, I think I only really. Well, yeah, I'll do the J2, 437 against your guy in G3, 4 flat. Oh my god. 1 check.
It's broken.
Yeah, I don't know how we. Yeah. Um, Stack in N5 is gonna shoot at the guy in P8 because he's in open ground to him. So it's a 6 flat. 6 on 6, 1 check. Pin. Alright. Well, yeah, that kind of. That saves my ass for
So
a lot. That's it for defensive.
that might be game at that point. Maybe.
I mean, 2 turns. Yeah, you can capture 1 building. I can recapture E2. Like it's certainly gonna be close if anything. Because
Shoot here into here. Yep.
yeah,
Nope. I'll shoot here into here. Nope. Cool. Well, we'll keep going just cause route phase.
right.
I have to route back here. He'll route back here.
That's a rep. I do have my leader in J7. Excuse me, J7. He has to surrender because I don't think he's got a way to go without getting closer to the wounded 9-2, the 8-1, which he should be able to see, and obviously the guy next to him. So, is it a no quarter?
Just because I don't want to have to deal with it in close combat, yeah, I'm just gonna shoot him.
It's fine.
I don't want.
He would have to leave, and he would have to try and leave and whatever. So it's fine.
Yeah, I will just shoot him. Call it I'll call no quarter.
Heat battle. Is it? There we go. No quarter. By the axis. Other than that, I don't have any other routes I can do because N4 would get closer to your guy, so he just has to stay where he is.
All right. So my advance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he's going in here.
Mm-hmm.
He's moving on up with the world.
Moving on up.
This guy is going to go down here. This guy is going to go right here. He is going to go advance into here. Okay. I think that's all I can do.
Okay.
Alright, CC.
CC.
Wolf ambush.
I got a +1 for pin, but that's it.
Does not matter. 1-1.
Yeah, and I'm at a 1 tattoo. No. Nope. All right. Yeah. Yeah. I guess that's it. Turn
Yep.
3 douche. Weather, no change. Rally, I have 1 to attempt. So, didn't get it. DM stays on. That's it for me.
Leader, going to try to rally. He'll get it. Hello, welcome back. You're kind of late. Unless I can rally this idiot. Nope. He will stay DM'd. He will get ADM taken off. Alright. Continue.
Sounds good. Prep fire. I'm gonna shoot N5 into ground floor N4, where your guy is. It is a 12 up to. 8 on 12 is at least a 1 check, I'm sure.
Yeah, on 12's a 1 check. Great, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm pinned.
Pinned. Alright, I'll take it. Not exactly what I want, but I'll take it. That's it for prep. Oh, that guy's dead then. That sucks. I will try a 09 to P8. 8 flat. 6 on 8, 1 check.
Yep.
Don't think I have anything else, so I'll go to movement. In the movement, I'm going to CX my guy in J2, because it makes the most sense here. He'll go to I2 for 1. Presumably nobody's going to shoot.
Wait.
I2 for 1.
I have to take it, otherwise it's...
Yeah, it's like a
Otherwise-
+5 shot or something. -1, +4, maybe.
1, 2, 3,
4, so it's a +3 shot.
4. Yeah. So... Oh, sorry, what was the range on that?
I think it said 8. 9? Oh, you picked the wrong hex first time. That's weird.
Either or, it'd be half range with that, so 9... Whatever, 9 plus 3.
Okay.
No.
Goes to H1 for 2.
Okay.
G2 for 3.
Okay.
And then 4.5 to F1.
Alright.
Can't go any further. DM's that guy, which is nice. Over on the right. Hold on, it's gonna help to take this off for a second. Yeah. There you go. So over on the right, I am going to have. I guess those guys are spotted now, which sucks. Guy who was CX'd loses CX. He will jump the wall into X6 for 2. I didn't actually count for that. That sucks.
We'll just shoot at him from R4.
Sure.
7 down 1. Or...
I believe it'll be flat because of the hindrance.
Okay. 8 on 7, Pintas check.
Pintas check. He's fine. And then we'll spend the other 2 to go into W7.
Okay.
Thankfully, that actually saves me from bad decisions later on. I am going to... I'm going to take the guys in Z4. They're going to normal move into Y5 for 2 and stop there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay, so they don't have to shoot them, which is nice. Or I don't think they can. Z3 is going to go into Y4. I believe they will have to drop concealment from R4. So that's 1, and then 2, 3 into X4.
Okay.
Cool. That is a gully type thing. I'm gonna declare CX with my guy in AA6. Nobody can see him, or nobody. Is that a sunk? I believe that's a sunken road. Can your guys from R8 see him? No. Z7. Gotta check again. Yes. So they will lose concealment there. So 4, 5, 7 and Z7 with 2 movement points spent.
Okay.
Nothing?
No.
Okay. Into Y8 for 3.
Okay.
And then into the depression road for, or sunken road, whatever, for X7 for 4. And then we'll go to W8 for 5.
Okay.
And then we'll stay there. Is there anything else for me to move? No. We go to defensive.
This guy shoots into there.
Mm-hmm. It's
Seven
up
on
1.
4.
Pin check?
I do not need pin tasks. I need morale checks.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's already shot. This guy will shoot back. Doesn't do anything. Yep, that's all I got.
Okay. Advance. I can't imagine doing any advanced fire. That could potentially just rally him, so it's not worth it. No, I got nothing. Routes. So me first, because I am currently the attacker. I am going to lose my squad with the MMG. MMG stays, obviously, but squad dies. And that's it for my routes.
He's gonna route back into here. They're going to route back. I guess I have to
You
try to
can
route back.
get to you can get to the woods. Could you get to the building? Because once you get to D3, like I can't. The guy in F1 can't do anything, so it's
Yeah.
you should be able to get there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. And I think that's it for routes. Advances. I'm going to steal a building back. Decrease that by 1. I am going to take the opportunity to dive in here. Toss that up. Toss that up. We go for some CC, since we already got it elsewhere. I am going to throw W7 into V7, CX guy in W8 to V8. Now he's still in a sunken road, so I think he's still basically invisible. Guy in X4 will go to W5. And the guy in Y5 is going to go to Y6. And I think that's it for everybody. Go to CC. Let's do the melee first. That's just a 1-to-1. Oh my. Okay, well, casualty reduction. Next one, ambush. Okay, well. You have an ambush. Because you're. Well, so you're +2. Yeah, you still get an ambush. Do I have a minus one?
I can't go anywhere because I'm fucking pinned. So
yeah.
I guess I have to hit it out.
No, because they cancel each other out. It's not even a casualty.
Yeah.
I'm also canceled. 5 on 4. Nothing. All right, that goes to melee. And then end of turn. How do you feel about it? 2 turns of movement.
Let me look at them. Try to do the melee here. No.
Oh, you mean like rolling for this turn's melee?
Yeah.
2 to 1, 7. That is another. You really?
Yeah. So that's game.
Yeah.
I literally can't come back from that.
Yeah, because you'd have to. The only other thing I could think of is try rolling I9 for self rally. Because you could use him to reinforce. It gets you that building. Oh well. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was like, I can take this building. I can maybe, if I survive all the stupid bullshit, I can maybe try to grab that.
Could you get J2? You'd have to win N4. Because the leader can't capture himself.
Let's try to win N4. I won't have.
Sure. Pin comes off, and CX would come off too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a 1 to 2.
Yeah. CC. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Nothing on either side.
No, that just does it. I just can't roll low enough.
Honestly, it like I said, glider landings are they're a bitch and a half to try and get through because
The
Yeah,
average morale check was 8. Jesus Christ.
yeah, and that was very very normal. I find my IFTs were super good. The honestly, this broken green guy rallying twice on threes, that was bullshit. If it wasn't for that, at least you get like you can either choose to double up on
Yeah,
N5 and 4. You can sneak into O9 from behind and put pressure, but
yeah.
a shitty green squad that just rallies twice is dumb.
9-2 did jack shit this entire game too. Um,
Yeah, but
actually,
that early
no,
break and wounding is just
yeah,
painful.
actually none of the leaders did jack shit because the 9-1 broke almost in. Yeah, 9-2 broke instantly. 9-1 didn't do shit. 8-1 didn't do shit. Like it,
Yeah, he missed all his
no,
shots.
yeah, it's like what are we doing here, guys?
Yeah, and like the next turn for me, anyways, was try to flood the box and get that
Well, of course,
get
because it's
the bridge.
another one of those scenarios where it's like we gotta have the defenders have almost as much as the attackers, because that's the way it's supposed to work. Because there's no way that having it equal like that with crash landing gliders is going to like totally be fair, right?
I'll be honest. Like I find this scenario to have been very strange in that there is no limit to Dutch placement. And normally,
Yeah,
I find that normally in the other glider missions or scenarios that we played, there's always some restriction of
yeah,
as an example, when I'm playing against Rob, the scenario pack that we're yet to finish because of my injury, the defenders could not were pinned for 2 turns straight, like just automatically pinned. So
yeah.
you get to have a lot more movement. You get to have a lot more shots. You don't have to worry so much about return fire when you're in C. If you survive and you instantly jump into CC, it's such a benefit. Like there's so much to it. So I yeah, I think glider landings too. Like the biggest thing I think that like really comes into it is I have yet to figure out the quote unquote correct way to land gliders in order to maintain like cohesiveness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you have a glider in O4 for example, like I don't think that's a bad call, but is am I saying that now with hindsight, or am I saying like would I say the same thing if that glider also blew up on turn 1, right? So it's just yeah, it's a
How I'm looking at like Roar. How are the Germans winning this? So like almost more than the Dutch. What?
honestly I think like the very swingy nature of dice in low unit counts is probably what
Yeah.
really did it in. I although
Probably.
I will say that I agree 100% that having the Dutch be 10 squads is too much. It should be 9 is probably what I would cut it down to. Like drop
Hmm.
one green squad, give them 9 squads only. The leaders aren't the problem. The MMG isn't like super spectacular. It's only 4 firepower, so it's not crazy. Um, the roadblocks, man, take them or leave them. I don't really give a shit about them, to be honest. Um,
They help me than more than they help you.
yeah, like there's a world where I'm sure you could just bunch up all of the roadblocks, kind of like what I did with M3 and 2, and you
Yeah.
maybe you put them in like N6 and O6, and you try to do some cheeky thing where if I'm on the ground floor, like you have to exit out of the woods, and then maybe you can do some cheeky shit. Um, the only other thing I could think of as to how the Dutch get, or maybe yeah, I guess maybe the Germans in a way is like if you skulk, because then you don't have to worry about being shot at, which again is a really shitty thing. But I don't know if that's
Yeah.
really something that applies anyways. So it's
Yeah. I mean, I just think this is one of those things where it's like I believe that the game was just kind of like it was determined up to dice. I don't know.
Hmm. In
I went.
your
That doesn't mean the scenario is perfect. That does not mean the scenario is perfect. I am not saying that.
sure, yeah, yeah. In your perfect scale though, what would where does this fall on the Rootin' rating? We're gonna have to actually. That's a really good segment name. We're gonna
Yeah,
do.
my gut reaction was 3, but I'm like, nah, I gotta like add maybe I'll add 1 or 2 because of like bias. Um, I, I
I
don't know. I would think I don't want to even. I would give it maybe. I think I'm comfortable at a 4. I don't know.
at a 4, huh?
Four,
Hmm.
4 or 5, 4 or 5. You know,
So
I'll be generous today because it's your birthday. I'll give it a 5.
yeah, you're welcome, Fanatic Enterprise. I'm selling you. I'm selling you extra product. Um,
Okay.
charitably, I give this a 7. Not because it's my birthday. I do think this is a very simple scenario to get gliders in, which first and foremost, it's nice. If you're trying to learn gliders, I think you need scenarios like this that are just
Mm-hmm.
very, you know, the gliders are not bogged down by anything crazy. Um, but
Yeah.
I do think there's a lot of um, it gets demerit points for that squad count, right? Um,
Yeah.
I think you're totally right. Having 10 squads is it's above and beyond what they need, especially when like the the HMG comes in DM, which like did you was it DM? I don't remember you
Yeah.
reassembling it, but maybe I was.
I reassembled it. Your turn 1, my defensive fire.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I must have. I probably just missed it because you wouldn't have been in any position to shoot with him anyway. So I probably just
Yeah.
missed it. Yeah, like it comes in DM and like you lost a DC right away, which doesn't help. Um,
Uh,
did he have? Oh no, wait, you have a DC at the bottom. Yeah, like again, I think it loses points on the having too many squads, and that's a pretty easy fix. And I don't want to say that's what's worth 3 points total. I do think that despite this being a relatively simple scenario, like the Dutch don't have anything crazy to do. The being able to set up anywhere on the board, that I think is kind of silly. Um, I feel like there'd be an incentive to not be able to set up in say E2 or C7 or G10 as an example, and then reflect that on the other side. Like maybe you can't set up an AA6 or DD5. Like DD5 is so out there, it feels weird for those to be acceptable locations. Z9, like I get it if you're trying to cover like the verticality of the board. Um,
I'm I'm just surprised that you like got 4 machine guns. Like, holy crap.
yeah, I'm sure there's an argument for dropping at least one LMG. Um,
Uh, well, the reason why I'm thinking of is that like, cause like the last time, well, I guess I don't know. No, cause last time it was when I was facing you.
mm,
Um, but I remember specifically like playing a glider scenario, and the guy like landing had like a quarter of his gliders just destroyed flat out.
I've definitely had that happen to me before.
Yeah, and it's like, and so you're going to pile 10 squads in the Dutch and then give them like 4 chances to destroy 4 gliders. Like, yeah, if you destroy all 4, then well, yeah, because if you destroy all 4, that what, those 11 squads now becomes 7 versus 10.
Hmm. Yeah,
Um,
like because you don't really need the LMGs to kill vehicles, right? Like they're unarmored, so
yeah,
it's
yeah,
even the regular firepower is enough, but you just
yeah.
have to roll a lot.
I mean, I get I don't know, because like when I was like looking at it, the scenario, it's like okay, but at the same time, it's like, oh wait, we made the ELR two, so you get the two ELR, so that means it'll become green, and I'm like that. doesn't really matter because they're defending.
Uh, I mean, I disagree. I think having ELR be what it is can change it, like can have a drastic
Oh yeah,
effect.
no, I'm not saying it's
But
bad, but I'm saying like if your crux of like, or if that's because I'm like trying to put myself in shoes. If I'm like, because it's like obviously you wanted the ELR to be a factor, otherwise you wouldn't have made it so low.
right, right,
But at the same time, if you're going to use that as like a main point in your argument, I'm not saying anybody is, but I'm
sure,
saying
sure,
if that was like a sticking point in one of your arguments, and I'm like, no, that doesn't. It's kind of like because how should I say having EOR be a balancing factor
hmm.
is kind of like the same way of hey, being like, hey, it's balanced because I made the sniper number higher.
Right. In and of
It's like
itself,
yeah,
it's not a huge thing.
yeah, it's not a huge thing, but then sometimes people will think, oh, because I did this, it's balanced now. And I'm not saying that they did that here,
Right,
but
right.
that's what it. But it's like it feels like, oh, I'm gonna justify having them the Dutch have 10 squads because I'm only gonna give them ELR 2.
Right. I mean, I think if there's a counterpoint to that at all, I would say that it's if you have ELR one, just because ELR one is very punishing at that point. But
Yeah,
otherwise, no, I agree. I agree that ELR in and of itself should not be a sole determining factor for difficulty of a scenario. Um,
yeah,
but yeah, I think this just goes to show again, like glider landings are tough, and in a scenario as small and as really open for the defender as it is, like it's definitely a tough hill to climb. The scenario has been out for a long time too, so I'm very curious as to if there's been like a shift in mentality, or just like people were playing this in the 90s and 2000s, where like people were playing differently, or there's different, like they don't have 20 extra years of experience or whatever. So I wonder how much that plays into it as well. Um, but in any case, uh, take it or leave it scenario, I think it's at least has value as a glider teaching implement if you don't have access to like other scenarios. Maybe there's definitely a couple changes I would do, like I again squads, maybe LMG roadblocks. I don't get the roadblocks is the one thing that's always going to bug me, but outside of that, passable scenario. So
I think what it does actually now I'm thinking about it, which again it's like why are you doing this to the Germans? Because what I just thought about, it's like it's maybe it's not about cutting line of sight, it's about cutting road bonus, or because
hmm.
so that way the Germans don't the Germans don't get to like just use the road and get a get like a quarter or so across the map in one go.
Right, right, I like that interpretation. I don't.
Um, because why would you need 6 of them?
my
Because you're not
only
blocking any vehicles.
My only guess would be like you put them in certain tactical, quote unquote, tactical locations to like
Hmm.
prevent the gliders. Like you give them a +2 somewhere. I mean, roadblocks. Can you even climb over roadblocks, or is it like a full movement, or what's the?
It's
Okay,
they're treated as a wall.
is it just treated as a wall? I
Yeah.
need to actually pull up the chart here. I was gonna look in the rule book. That was very silly.
So
Roadblock.
oh, this is also why because it's it also
One plus
damn
cost of
this was
terrain. Wow.
so yeah no I see it now too. You know what it else it's probably for?
Hmm.
It's to stop you from landing, stopping the drones from landing here.
Yeah, like that's the only. It's like, oh, you have a
Or
roadblock somewhere, but
but no,
it's
because like if you land, since it acts as a stone wall, that's a +2 to your crash DR.
yeah, but like it's the only road that really has that bonus that I could see someone risking it for. Like
Yeah,
like Y9, Y10, like honestly, that was more to just like try to mess around with movement. Like either you have
yeah,
to go through the woods and you get the pluses there, or you have to go through the building, you can't really get the. And it's like far
I
enough
think
away that if I'm in Y7, like I can watch the area or whatever.
I think
Um,
yeah, I'm thinking it's mainly to hinder movement, which again, it's like why are you doing that? You only gave the Germans 5 turns and you let the Dutch set up everywhere.
yeah.
So like why are you giving them this other handicap is what I'm kind of thinking.
hmm I
But
feel like there's maybe like I was gonna say fortified. No way. There's gotta. I feel like there's gotta be something that you could switch. Like instead of roadblocks, give them trenches, right? Because then like
hmm
the trench meaner. I forget if it's meaner or not against gliders. There's definitely a level of
it'd be a,
stuff that's +3
it's on the
instead of +2.
same. It would I think it's the same because it's it'd be a depression, wouldn't it? No, trench is
Um,
+1. Trench is nicer than a stone wall.
but are roadblocks not counted in the +1?
They are because
They're counted as
um
stone walls, and that's why.
yeah, they're treated as stone walls
Uh,
unless otherwise, I believe is what the rule says.
huh. Yeah, like woods, building, crag, cliff, jungle, bamboo, blind hacks is determined. Yeah, blind hacks. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's a tough one because it's stone. Because then them being stone wall, it's like you're giving the Germans +2s in like random locations. I don't know.
Yeah,
It
it,
definitely. I think we're both touching on the same thing. I'm like it definitely feels strange to give them roadblocks, but I don't know how I would change that.
let alone 6 of them.
Yeah, the sixth thing again, like I was running out of places, and because the annoying part, like R2 not stating if R2 has a path that connects it or not. It's like okay, well I have to assume that I can't put a roadblock there, right? So
You know, it'd be weirder. Like I'm just like, hear me out. It'd be a lot weirder, but it'd make more sense. Not really. I but
walking
be
it back.
like I'm trying to think. It's like, what if we had the Germans set up the roadblocks? But I'm like, nah. What it are at least have the roadblocks set up in specific locations, or at least have like a table and be like, okay, here, like roll a die. Here's the location that this goes to, and then cut. You have 6 locations. Cut the amount of roadblocks by half, and there you go.
Um, here's something I will argue for, and hear me out on this. I'm curious about your take on this. Increase the smoke exponent to 4 instead of 2.
For
How
the
do you feel about
Germans.
that? Yeah, how do you feel about that? Because the 4.68's like they have 2 smoke, but
Yeah, but
two smoke is always very
the
tough to roll for.
my thing with this is that, and this is my thing with a lot of, or with this thing in general, or scenarios like this in general, where it's like, ev- yes, it would be nice, but you're in a race against the clock, and any movement that you're spending on smoke, you're not spending trying to get to your objective, and you can't afford to dilly dally in this scenario.
Sure, but at least like in
Um,
a certain instances, like the broken guy in Q8, right? Like if you can
yeah,
drop a smoke in P8, costs you 2. If you're
yeah, for sure.
successful, you still can move in there because it's still only 2 movements. So that guy is like quote unquote safe to go in. And then at least
Yeah,
like the 8-1 and squad behind him can like use that to go in the woods. uh, I don't know. I feel like at least like it would be something I would try. Like maybe you keep the
yeah,
roadblock, sure. You drop the Dutch by 1. If the Dutch are still winning comfortably, increase the smoke exponent by 2 because it's only
but
during movement phase anyway. So it's not like
and that's the other thing. But that's the thing though. It's like looking at the data, the Germans are winning more than the Dutch. I'm like thinking, what? How are the
yeah,
Germans winning? It's it
definitely something
feels
to
weird
investigate.
because I looked at I went to the scenario archive. I looked at it. The 2 things that are in there are imported from Roar. Give no comments. So I'm like,
hmm
okay. Um, Side note, what I'd also do to help balance things out, I would probably switch it to where all buildings are wood instead of having stone buildings.
You're saying they're winning a lot, but it's 7-4. Wait, how have people not been? Man, that's so weird. When Fanatic Enterprise? I know this says internet, but like 2003. How be like even if we say like charitably it was released in 2005, this scenario has been hanging around for fucking 20 years and it's got played 11 times only.
But I'm just saying it's like I'm not saying like the Germans are blowing the Dutch out of the water, but
Hmm.
I'm just like surprised that they are winning just more than the Dutch. Like,
Yeah, I mean, again, I think it comes down to bad luck is what I would point to if anything. Like the Dutch are
yeah,
probably like, you're cowering, you're double cowering, your leaders don't have any negative modifiers, so if you don't get lucky, like I rolled a lot of threes and fours,
yeah.
fives and sixes, right? So you know, I think
But
it's more that than anything else.
what do you think about the turning buildings to all wood?
Ooh, I would like that because I don't like. I've complained numerous times. I'm on record. You know, you have DCs, sure, and like that is a point that could use against myself because I always argue that you should at least have DCs or something.
Hmm.
And you do have an HMG, but man, if that fucking HMG is on the left side, you're not hitting AA6. Like, there is no way that that seven firepower is getting used on the Z or AA row hexes, right? Or
Yeah,
hex rows, I should say. So yeah, I think there's definitely an argument to be made that like switching them all to stone, and it's not a great loss either. J2, AA6, G10, I think are the three stone buildings on the map. I don't think there's any others. So it's like, is that hurting anybody's bottom line? Absolutely not. I don't
yeah.
think
I mean,
this
and yeah,
like the scenario
and
doesn't hinge on the 437 and J2 having a +3 versus
yeah,
+2.
and I mean, like maybe because of that you don't need a German 9-2, but I don't know, German 9-2 would still be nice to have.
Yeah, I
But
mean, I'm always in favor of having the Germans have better leaders in glider landings because man,
mhm,
if you have just 192 and he's in the one glider that gets casualty reduced, you
that's
feel it forever.
it. Yeah, it was.
Like like all your leaders were super unlucky this game. Like outside of him just wounding and not being dead outright, I think every leader rolled poorly on all of their morale checks. So it's like
Oh yeah,
you can't really. That's one of the bigger influences too, because like you need them not only for, against the stone buildings, which makes a lot of sense, for the stone buildings to be around in the 9-2s, but even a wood building, like if you have at least two squads and you can hit a four flat, on your advanced fire phase, and then defensive you're hitting eight flat, like at least that's positives, right? Like at least that's getting you forward momentum. But
hmm
but yeah, in any case, I think yeah, I will state I'm surprised that this scenario has not been played more. So people get out there and play this scenario more. Um, Thank you as always for watching. Thank you for being here on my birthday, even though not even Rootin knew, and I've done that to multiple people today, which has been kind of funny. Um, Enjoy the weekend. I will unfortunately not have a game with Rob on Monday because I will be not at home. And if we can get another small scenario, there should be a game next Saturday. Again, this all depends on how well my healing goes. So until then, thank you for watching. Have a lovely weekend, and we'll potentially see you next week. Bye.